So we'll call this meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals to order. You were emailed the minutes of the previous meeting. I'd entertain a motion to approve those minutes as emailed.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion or changes? Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. For the matter in front of us today, the proof of publication was circulated. We need to make that a matter of public record. I'd entertain a motion to do so.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The final item here is the affidavits for the applicant's petition need to be made a matter of public record. I'd entertain a motion to do so.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Yeah, motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. So we have one petition before the board today. It's Ethan Conrad of 1613 West Madison Street, Decatur, Indiana, 46733, is requesting a special exception of use in an R1 zoned area. This refers to City Code 150.042, contingent uses permitted by special exception, home occupation. The applicant has not appeared in front of the board today, is not in the audience. So we have a decision to make. We could table until a further meeting.
I'll make a motion to table. I'll second it.
And with that being said, that would require that we have proof of publication again, right? And the affidavits be recirculated, is that correct?
I don't know. We've never had this happen before.
Yes.
Well, first time for everything.
So at this point, we don't have another meeting scheduled. So do we wait until we get another applicant to schedule a meeting and bring him in on that one, or do we make?
I think
contact him
an effort could be made and say, look, we're going to give you one more bite at the apple to appear so that it preserves your application, but you need to be present so that the board can ask appropriate questions in order to make requisite findings and determine whether or not variance should be granted.
So July 2nd. So that gives you till Thursday before. Okay.
July 2nd.
July 2nd would be the
I'd
next.
say you wait. I don't know. I'll have the Tuesday before the 4th.
Well,
Is anybody?
I wouldn't necessarily predetermine the date, but just try and reach Mr. Conrad and see if we can get in touch with him and say, when can you get back on the calendar? And then maybe that takes the pressure off of trying to make it happen by Thursday.
I have a question, if that's okay. What is the ordinance and the amount of chickens that, I'm a neighbor.
Theoretically, the way the ordinance is written, it's based off of a kennel. Definition of a kennel is 4 or more small animals over the age of 4 months old. You would be considered running a kennel, which running a kennel is technically running a business or a home occupation from your home. In a residential neighborhood, you have to have permission from the Board of Zoning Appeals in order to run a kennel or a business or a home occupation from your residence.
And will it play on words with the kennel thing then, or, I mean, what's the basis for that?
Excuse me?
The basis for calling it a kennel?
He has more than 3 chickens. He has 11 total. So when you have more than 3 small animals, whether it's a dog, a cat, and a chicken, or 3 chickens, or 3 dogs, 3 cats, if you go over that number and you hit 4 or more, it's considered running a kennel.
So anybody that has 4 or more animals at their residence would be basically breaking zoning laws?
Yes.
Well, we've got a lot of criminals in this town. Is there any way to maybe make exceptions for like chickens or even the number? Is that something that you guys do, or is that just an arbitrary number? Or
The national average, this is
A
the
national
national
average?
average is 3 small animals There are some
Is that
communities,
like including metropolitan areas, or is that just rural areas, or, I mean, it doesn't seem right that we'd be subjected to like New York City regulations, you know what I'm saying? I'm just curious to how that number.
the national average is 3. There are other communities like Allen County, I believe is 5. They have written that into their ordinances. There are, I'm sure, there's other communities out there that have that number, but the national average is 3. Our ordinance was adopted in 1978, and it's remained that way since.
There's been effort over the last year to bring up discussion within city council, to engage people from the community to be a part of the discussion about what kind of ordinance for more domesticated animals or animals that are permitted within the city limits, how they should be regulated and what that looks like. So if there's interest on your part to engage in that discussion, we welcome it.
I'd like to see something a little more, a number that's a little more reasonable as far as like 3 is just, like I said, I know people that have 3 cats, 2 dogs, and a hamster. I mean, it just seems a little unrealistic, 3 chickens. And you know, you're getting a pretty decent product out while you're having chickens. I mean, it's not like it's a detriment to the community. I live right right on the other side of the alley, 75 feet from this chicken coop, and I maybe hear a little squawk every once in a while, but nothing that would cause me to make a complaint. And I assume there was one?
Yeah, there was a complaint filed.
Is that complaint on file?
Did that come through C-Quick Fix? No. Went directly, there was a phone call.
There was a phone call, there was no transcript, no recording, no, just somebody calls up, makes a complaint, and off you go, huh?
We get that quite a bit.
So if I want to complain about anybody, all I gotta do is give you a call and we can jump right in there. That's what sounds
That's exactly the way it works.
That's the way it works.
State law says I have to investigate it if we get called.
So you did investigate
We
then?
did investigate.
And what was the?
All right. Sir, we're going to wrap up our meeting. If you want to have a conversation with
Okay.
Mr. Whitty, you're welcome to.
That's your point.
But yeah.
Don't go nowhere.
No,
Yeah, we'll
we're
talk, we're just gonna wrap up
welcome
our-
to continue the conversation. We're just going to wrap up the meeting.
Yeah,
Go right ahead.
Yeah, so we have a motion to table this request, the petitioner, to be contacted by Kurt, Lisa, the office. Contact to be made, proof of publication again, affidavits for the petition again. So we have a motion on the table from, I believe, Phil?
Yep.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Nope.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. This petition is tabled. Any old business, Kurt?
No old business, and there is no new business.
Okay, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Thank you.